do. We were down 38-28 late in the first half, and they, at that point, then shot 1 for 10. They put 3 or 4 shots in, and we go down 20, not 10. Now, we didn't play great, but I think they had a lot to do with it. Their changing defenses bothered us, slowed us down a little bit, and then their ability to get out in transition and attack the rim, taking advantage of our long shots, long rebounds, misses, some turnovers. It was a tough matchup for us. It's been a tough matchup for us, so it'll be interesting to see this time around.
Did you mention last year's game there at all? Not for game plan purposes, but just sort of emotionally kind of avoid something?
I think some of the losses that we lost, the leads we lost last year, was a function. We worked on all summer and fall, in the sense that, we didn't make free throws. We had some bad shot selection, which turned into some bad transition defense. Some of those things ail us still, but we've improved in a lot of them. So I don't think at this point that losing the big lead last year, because we lost a big lead to Georgia a couple times. We lost a lead to Ole Miss twice last year. We lost a big lead to Missouri in the SEC tournament. So it wasn't just that game. And transition defense, rebounding, a little bit better floor balance have been all things that we've worked on all year long.
How different do you expect them to be with Burnett this time?
Just more explosive, more another really good option. They're playing 9. They're undefeated in the SEC at home. They've already beaten Alabama and Florida at home. Alabama and Florida in the top 4 in the league. So they're good, and they're really explosive. So, and Burnett makes them that much better.
With those wins they already have, and even if the players were only there one time, you guys haven't won there in 10 years.
10 years.
Pull it off. I'm sure that'll be your opening sentence in Oxford. So
yeah.
How important will it be?
Yeah. Well, I did not know that we hadn't won there in 10 years. So that's something I'll mention to him. I'll probably mention it to him right here at practice. It's funny. Why wouldn't I have known that? No, really. What is today? Monday?
Yeah.
So I've been working on them since Saturday night. But it's a short prep. It's a short turnaround. So that one I didn't have.
Bruce, the rule of thumb used to be it was easier to slow a game down than to speed it up. Is that still the case with the new rules and not being able to put your hands on people, or is that not the case anymore? And do teams that can go faster have more of an advantage?
I think defensively you used to be able to control tempo with speeding people up or slowing them down. But I think now it's become almost as easy to control tempo with your offense as it is your defense because of the rule changes. So, we've got to be able to win playing fast or playing slower at a slower pace.
Yeah, you guys sometimes really crank up the speed when you want to, but Ole Miss is a team they're very athletic. They're fit. They're ready to run.
Oh, they are. They are.
In fact, how you attack them?
They got really good guards, and they can play small ball with us. And so, I don't think we'll change our approach. Like, for example, LSU early really attacked us. It sped us up, and if the opponent wants to speed you up, you got to oblige them. But at the same token, if they want to slow you down, you can't force the issue. So sometimes, and we're not either good enough or big enough or strong enough to be able to dictate tempo. We just got to be able to play at any tempo and still have a chance to be successful.
How much do you look into moving up 8 spots, being right outside the top 10?
From a standpoint of it being important for the perception of our program and trying to have our program be relevant, it means a lot. But it really isn't one of our goals to, where are we going to be at the end of January? That's not something we talk about. We talk about, where are we going to be as can we keep on getting better? Can we take advantage of the position we put ourselves in right now? I thought this week we played really well this past week at Missouri and against LSU at home. Now we got to go to Ole Miss and Vanderbilt at home, and can we continue to build on it?
If there's a trap portion of your schedule, Bruce, this is it. These two teams are 13th and 14th in KenPom.
Yeah.
Any concern about that?
No, because here's the deal. Obviously, with Ole Miss being undefeated at home and having the run that they've had against us, it's a tough matchup for us. And then Vanderbilt, I've not beaten Vanderbilt since we were here at Auburn. They beat TCU in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. So, again, it'll go back to, as I said from the very beginning, I don't know how many games we have left, but we can win them all, we could lose them all. I've been saying that all year long. It'll have less to do with us and more to do with sometimes the opponent. These teams are good enough to beat us regardless of whether we're looking ahead or looking back, or whether success is affecting us all. The only palpable thing I can tell you is just going to the grocery store, or coming out of church, or walking around on campus. There is a difference. Therefore, the kids have got to feel it as well. They absolutely have to feel it. Sometimes people will recognize you, they don't know what to say. But when you've had some good games, or they came to the game, it's just so much easier for them to come and say, hey, great game last night, or whatever. And I'm sure the kids are all feeling that as well. I don't think it changed the chips that we have on our shoulders, or what our goals are.
Chad, how's his role evolved this year? Just being thrown to the player. How's he done?
Well, I mean, I think it goes back to my hiring. I hired a high school head coach that coached both men and women for many years, an experienced coach. I hired him because he was a good basketball coach, not because I thought he was going to be a good special assistant or a good director of basketball operations. I hired him a little bit because he was from Alabama, because he was local. Those were factors. Hired him because he was a good man and a great father. But Chad's got a terrific basketball mind. He's made a really good impact on the floor with our players. He understands our system, and he's done a great job for us in scouting. So it really wasn't like Chad's had to change much to be able to do what he's doing. He's prepared his whole life to do this, and I got lucky by making It's almost like taking Anthony McLemore. He doesn't have any. His biggest offers are the Ivy League and MIT, but or Deshaun Murray, or Bryce, or sometimes you get it right. I got it right with Chad, and he's terrific.
Did you get called for an offensive foul when Jared was checking in?
I thought he flopped. I thought Jared took a flop. I thought my arm was clearly there before his head was, and fortunately he backed up a little bit and prevented the contact. But he does it on the floor too, so I didn't think it was a foul.